Well, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning here. I slept there last night. Can't even see it in the camera, but you see that shack there in the woods? It's actually a rest stop, like I don't know, a little gazebo type cabin thing. I rolled up my bedroll on top of a picnic table and slept there. It's about 6 in the morning now. I got about 3 hours of sleep. I think I rode all night until 3 in the morning. Everything's good. The bike's fantastic. Yeah, everything about it. Those hard bags are nice. Those handlebars feel great, and very good. Very good. Oh, coming through all the foothills and everything. There was lots of wildlife, man. There was friggin' deer, and I think I seen like 5 moose in a herd. But coming through where there's all like the mountains and the water and everything, it was such a bright night. Yeah, I'm just walking around a bit here, letting the sun come up, letting it warm up a bit, and I'm going to head to Golden and get some breakfast. I'm just past field now. I was on the bike for about 7 hours yesterday, I'd say. I got out pretty late in the day. So, yeah, I'm in a beautiful place there now. And, yeah, coming through last night through Nordegg and that, through the foothills. It was a really, really bright night. And you could see in the background the silhouette of the mountains. And then it was a full moon. Like, the moon was so full, like you could almost see blue sky. So the moon, in areas by the water, the moon was like lighting up the water. And it was really nice. It was kind of like a gray. It's almost like it was daylight, but it was like everything was in black and white. Like it was like black and gray. Like it was really something spectacular. It's kind of eerie, but like beautiful at the same time. And it was a pretty warm night. It wasn't bad. A few spots got a little chilly, but geared up, and so it was a really cool, really beautiful ride. So 6 in the morning there now. Yes, so today's going to be the cool day. I was hoping to get quite a bit further, but that's okay. I'm going to get an early start, get into Golden, get some breakfast, and then charge to Revelstoke. And from there on is the ride that I came for. I've never been up past there. Really windy roads, and there's a few ferry rides and lots of water, and it's going to be really cool. So yes sir, hopefully everything just keeps going good. Everything's good. Everything's really good. Having a great holiday. Well, I guess I better do a bit of a video here. Got on the ferry, got off the ferry. I thought it was GoPro on that, but apparently the GoPro was dead or something. I tried charging it on the ferry and then it just, I don't know, so whatever, screw it. There was a while I was rolling with like 6 sport touring bikes, passing old guys on Harleys, ripping down the highway. That was pretty fun, but I was holding the old Intruder wide open, all she had, so I didn't want to blow the old girl up, so I discontinued that pursuit. The old girl is running good, real good. This here is vibrating and It's like a bastard sometimes at certain speeds, so that's cool. It started developing a shake in the front end. I don't know what's going on there, but other than that, it's running good. It's all good. The weather finally got nice, so disclaimer, up until just a little while ago at the last little town, I was wearing my full safety gear. I had my jacket on, pants, shield, and it just got too hot out, and there's just these little windy switchbacky roads join these little towns. It's kind of slow going, so I had to peel off all our clothes, man, to look cool and to not overheat. So just saying, I don't rip down the highway without my safety gear, for anyone who's concerned about that. Alright, so let's spin you around and kind of show you where I'm at. I only got, geez, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, hour and a half or something to my destination. Today's going just great. One more ferry left. Frig yeah. Yeah, I just love traveling on a motorcycle. If I had the time and the money both at the same time, people would never see me, man. They'd catch a glimpse of me here and there, and I'd be gone. I'd be all over Canada, States, Mexico. Like, I'd live on a bike, man. There's something about it. I just love it. I love motorcycles. I love adventure. And I love traveling, like, by myself for some weird reason. So, like, traveling on a bike is just a perfect combination of things for me, and I just absolutely love it. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to grab something to eat in the next town maybe, or whatever, or just go to where I'm going. So that'll be it. I guess I'll try to get some footage on the ferry. I think this is called Bear Lake. Yeah. The footage of all the beautiful mountain ranges and stuff I came through at night was at night, so they weren't going to really show up very good. But I have a video, the video where I went to Shuswap Lake there. There's a three-part series, so part one would kind of cover most of that scenery anyways, if you want to go back and watch that. But just a beautiful day, man. Just love it. Love it in the mountains. Just lots of bikes out, lots of people in these small towns. You know, everyone on holidays. Everyone traveling, positive vibes. It's really cool. I really love it. I really love coming to BC.
Was calling those like seagulls shithawks.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte saw one. She's like, "Look, Mom, a shithawk." I was like, "Oh my god."
That's awesome.
We have to teach her this. She'll be on the beach. Probably teach her. Honey.
Well, I figured I'd better pull out the camera and at least film a little bit before I got back to Edmonton. It's the last day here, Sunday. I'm in Crow's Nest Pass. And yeah, man, things are going good. Had a beautiful trip. The old bike's working good. Got some kind of vibration in the front end, and sometimes she'll kind of take a wobble in the front end. I don't know what's going on. Just because of all the crap that got piled onto it. It almost feels like the tire out of balance or something. I don't know. But all good. Okay, so you see that big mountain face there? How it looks like it blew off and slid, and then all the rocks went down and all across. I'll try to get a bit better view after. So back in, I don't know what it was, 1903 or something, there was a small mining town here. It was the town of Frank. And what happened was a big chunk blew off the mountain and fell down and completely buried the town and killed everybody except for one little baby. It was the only thing that survived. And now there's some story of something happening. Apparently this woman had put a curse on this town. So I want to go inside to the center here and read the story and see if I can get some better information here. This is Frank Slide in Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta. Pretty crazy. So, I'm probably a pretty crappy tour guide here, but it was $13 to get into that place. It was like a museum thing you walk through, so I'm not going to do that. So the story I recall, forget all of the details, but I think there's some sort of lover's quarrel, or something had went on between these two people. And then the woman had said that she was going to cast this curse on this town. And then whatever happened, I guess she came true on this promise with her curse, and a big chunk blew off of this mountainside and slid down, made a huge rock slide, and buried the whole town. Killed everybody except for this one infant girl lived. Now, I think there's lots of other stories surrounding this, and apparently there's facts stating that like a bunch of people lived, just most people died, but the story I heard and I'm sticking to, this woman cursed the town, made the side of the mountain blow off, and kill everybody except for one young girl. I'll have to ask the person that told me that story again someday to get the details, but there it is, Frank Slide. So they're gonna might as well take in one tourist attraction while I'm on the road here. And it is hot and it is a beautiful day. I think I'm just procrastinating. I don't want to go back home, back to work tomorrow. I don't want to do it. So I guess I've never really came through BC. Well, I came through a lot, but it was always kind of at night or on a long weekend or something. But coming through this time was like, you know, I went through in the daytime during the middle of the week. And holy crap, the loads of lumber, the timber, the logging, like these big loads of friggin' fir trees. Like, it was blowing my mind just how big and straight that lumber was. And it was just truckload after truckload of just tree length, just huge straight fir trees. It was crazy, man. I guess if you live in BC, you see this stuff all the time, but where I'm from, the wood ain't that big, and it was just unbelievable. Just seeing load after load after load of that huge timber. It was crazy. I wish I would have had my GoPro, but the cigarette lighter charger port on my bike, it was on the bike when I got it, and I took it off. It was with the old windshield. So before I left, it was just one of those things. I just hooked it up, wired it up quick, plugged my phone in. It seemed like it was working, and away I went. And the dang thing, it won't work. It'll charge for a second, and just, I don't know what's going on with it. It just screwed up. So never was able to charge my GoPro, so no GoPro footage. So that sucks. But yeah, man, it's crazy. The logs and the trees out in BC, like, unbelievable. And so I got, a really cool invite. I don't know if I have time though, because it's a 9-hour drive from my house to there. But it'd be some weekend, maybe some long weekend or something. But friends of mine, they have this lot where they cut their firewood every year. And apparently, the people that own this big, huge lot, the man is ill. He's been diagnosed with some sort of serious disease. And I guess they're going to have to sell the place soon. So they want to get in there and just cut as much wood as they can. They said there's some great big trees in there and lots of timber. And they want it all for firewood. So they wanted us to get as many hands on deck in here sometime this fall and just start dropping trees, bucking them up. And they said they're so big, they're going to buck them up and then try to split them in quarters with an axe and then get them loaded onto the truck and hauled out of there. So yeah, as soon as they heard that I like using chainsaws, they invited me right away to come cut this big timber. So that would be really cool. That would be a really cool experience, and I really, really, really want to come help. I'm gonna grab a bunch of chainsaws, a bunch of axes, and just go have fun and help them out. But I don't know, we'll see. I'll told them to let me know when they're doing it, and I'll try my best to make it happen. So I guess that's about it. I guess the trip's kind of winding down, heading back to Alberta. Not much else to say, so we'll check you later. Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta. Okay, do you know what's funny? This is a set of roadside turnout. So, pretty much get the whole story of Frank Slide right there. So when you go through the little information, little tourist attraction thing up there, it just gives you little bits and pieces of information as you go. So you got to walk through the whole thing to kind of get little bits of the story, and then you got to go in to get the rest of the story. And it pretty much just tells the whole story right there on the sign beside the garbage cans at a roadside stop. So that's pretty funny. So here's a view of Frank Slide from the highway. So the town of Frank is buried somewhere underneath these rocks. And then years later they just built a new road right over the top of the rocks. And that's that. Never dug her out again. They moved the town down the road a little ways is what they did. This mountain face that let go and buried the whole town. It took about 90 seconds to level the whole town. Crazy, eh? And the railroad was buried, but they said within a matter of a few days they had the railroad dug back out and working again. We had the mine, the coal mine, there was some guys trapped in the shaft, and before too long they got the mine dug out and running again, but the town was just buried, gone. Wow, am I glad to be home. It's just been friggin' raining for about probably 2 hours now. And just, you know, I don't know what time it is. I'm estimating it's about midnight. Since the visibility was terrible, but that's okay. I made it home, and if that's really all that happened this trip, it was a great trip. A couple hours of rain, and that's it. It was a wonderful trip. Great weather, beautiful scenery. You know, hung out with some friends, and it was awesome. So I made her. Another one in the books. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. I gotta get my stuff brought in and go to bed. Work in the morning. Okay, bye.